Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the It's Finally Fall book tag. So I will link the original creator down below, and then we're just going to answer a bunch of questions about books and fall because it's finally here. I wore like my comfiest, fluffiest, humongous sweater because obviously it's fall. So let's get into it. And by the way, Emily dressed up for the occasion. Isn't she adorable? Question number 1. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Oh, it's gonna be hard to choose one, so I'm gonna name 2 by the same author. I'm cheating. I'm gonna cheat the whole time as always, right? I think Stephen King is amazing at creating those haunting, very intense, very atmospheric books. And these 2 are definitely some that during the fall, I feel like they're perfect reads. So you have Pet Sematary, which the whole cemetery, the whole scenes, obviously spoiler free, in the cemetery and everything at night and like scary. You just can imagine the fog, and it's definitely very, very vivid. And then obviously It, which the second movie is out. I have yet to watch either of them. It's gonna happen. I need to like make a mental note. But it is also very vivid. All those scenes, especially the ones in their childhood, because it goes back and forth between the present and the past. Those past scenes are so intense and the mean characters are so mean that I hate them as much as they do. And yes, also in my opinion, a very, very vivid book. I don't feel like I have to really explain what they are because at this point people kind of know, but I think Stephen King in general creates those really intense books. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. Come on, you know what I'm gonna say. I read this book this summer and I'm still not over it. My heart is so broken. I don't cry easily, and I feel like I've complained a few times on this channel that I don't get the hype when people say that they're really attached to characters and they like could literally imagine them being their friends, and I can't relate. I read the book and I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess they're good characters, but like I'm not to that extent. I cried. I literally sobbed, and the last 100 pages took me a week to read because I would read like 10 pages and I would put it down and I would be like, I cannot deal with this right now. Like, I'm gonna start crying again. And I just felt so intensely for each and every one of them. And I kind of want to reread this, but at the same time, I never want to reread this. You know what I mean? Trigger warning for everything you can think of. But in a summary, you're following 4 friends throughout their whole lives. They develop a friendship in university in New York, and then a lot of tragic stuff happening to them, especially one of the characters. And I cannot. Yeah, very, very intense, very emotional, and I loved so many of them. And it's also really, really beautifully written, which helps, but yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to be okay after reading this. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I think if you want to get into nonfiction, a classic to go into if you want to learn more about science is A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. Do I need to say more? I feel like it's such an easy read. It's kind of funny. I also would recommend the audiobook for it. It's just such a basic favorites for a lot of people. So if you're intimidated but you still want to learn more, especially about science, I would definitely recommend this because it is very, very beginner friendly. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family household that you would like to be a part of. Honestly, I was trying to think of something else, but I think we can all relate. Harry Potter. Come on. Like, I know a lot of people would love to be part of the Weasley family. Heck, I would settle on just being able to go to Hogwarts. I have absolutely no shame. Why is it not focused? Are you kidding me? Really? She wasn't even in the frame and you were still focusing on her. Harry Potter. Yeah, I would settle on just going to Hogwarts. Like, I don't even need to be part of anyone's family, just the Hogwarts family, and I would be happy. So let's try to make this happen. I would love to be part of that family. Honestly, just rereading the books kind of gives me that feel, especially during the fall, winter. Yes, Christmas, you kind of have to reread or rewatch Harry Potter. It just has to happen. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Come on. I adore this book. I'm always talking about it, but honestly, I will continue to do so until everyone I know has read it because it is one of those books that really took me by surprise. It's historical fiction. It's has romance in it. It's not something that I thought I was going to enjoy. Actually, I thought it was a chick lit. I grabbed it just because I heard good reviews and I was like, you know what, I'm in the mood. And it blew my mind. It made me cry. You're following Evelyn Hugo, a old Hollywood star that tells her story for the first time. Basically a tell-it-all, tells her life story basically through her 7 husbands, and then she shares who was her one true love. So I think that answers the question, but at the same time, honestly, even if you're not sure when you hear that, just pick it up. Just do it. If you're looking for gifts to give to someone, your mom, for Christmas, pick that book up. You're going to read it too. You're going to love it too. I would love to reread it, but once again, I think I would cry again, which we don't want to do. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. For some reason, I can't find the one that I am thinking about, so I'm going to share another one from the same author. But I want to actually mean Sharp Objects, which the TV show was actually really, really great with Amy Adams. Definitely recommend it too. Gillian Flynn is just freaking amazing at creating really deep, complex female characters that are pretty messed up, and thank God. What would we do without her? I feel like she really started that trend, I guess. I feel like it was kind of just not a thing before, obviously with Gone Girl, but yes, Sharp Objects I think is, well, technically I didn't read Gone Girl yet, but it's my favorite by her, and yeah, I'm not going to say much more because you just need to get into it. Obviously trigger warnings for a few things, but either read the book, watch a TV show. It was just really, really great and disturbing. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that would warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. This is basically a story where you follow kids that go to a magical universe, think Narnia. But I kind of wanted to talk about the 4th book in this series because you don't really need to read this one first. So the book is actually In an Absent Dream, and it's by far my favorite in the whole series. I think there's a 5th one coming out next year, which I'm excited for. I wasn't even sure I was going to pick it up because I had been disappointed by book 2 and 3. And book 4 is my favorite by far. So if you're looking for just a really well-written short story, they're all about, 100 something pages, and it just really flows by, and it just the fact that you get to see someone, in a magical universe is just heartwarming to me. So yes, I would definitely recommend the series. A lot of people really enjoy it, but again, my favorite one is the 4th one. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you would like to return to soon. I'm cheating with that one too because, again, obviously, when do I not cheat in a book tag? I want to go back in the Is Dark Material universe. If you haven't read that series, I highly recommend you do so. I actually reread it last year, so I don't technically need to reread it, although the new TV show is coming out like any minute now, and I will be watching the crap out of it. I am so excited. But this book, the 2nd one, just came out, and I'm going to be reading it as soon as I can. I'm dying to read it. It is The Secret Commonwealth by Philip Pullman. So this is the 1st book in that new series. This one was kind of a prequel to the other trilogy, and then the other one is going to be afterwards, 20 years, I think, afterwards. So you're following Lyra as an adult, which I have been waiting for my whole life, it feels like. Like, I read the other trilogy as a kid, absolutely loved it. Totally broke my heart. I had never read something this sad as a kid, and yes, absolutely adored it. So I am dying to get more from this series, get more from this universe. But I'm cheating a little bit, but I think it counts, right? Plus I'm dying to watch a TV show, so if you still haven't picked it up, you need to. I feel like it's a fantasy series that a lot of people think is just for children, but like I said, I reread it as an adult, and it holds so well on its own. Like, you do not need to be a child to enjoy this. Actually, a lot of it went way above my head as a kid compared to now, and I love in that universe. It's a fantasy series, so there's people have like a demon, which is like an animal that is like part of their soul. So as a child, obviously, I was dying for that. Also, there's just a bunch of adventure. The characters are really likable, and it's just a lot more complex than you would expect from a like middle grade book. Is it even considered middle grade? I would consider it adult, but you're following a kid. But yeah, can't wait to continue reading this series. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. You mean except humongous sweaters? Obviously tea, all the tea in the world, David's tea or Stash tea. I'll link some of my favorite down below. But also candles. this specific candle, this is from Bath & Body Works. I feel like they have been like selling out very fast for like fall candles. I keep seeing right now the Christmas ones, which Halloween hasn't even happened yet. But yes, this one is called Autumn, which kind of works, right? And it is my favorite candle of all time. It's just so amazing. It's fresh. I always describe it as like walking in the forest with like a hint of apple, and you just can't not like it. It's just that amazing. So yes, this candle with a big blanket, a big book, and I'll be very happy. So that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to answer the questions in the comment section. I would love to hear your answers. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe because you definitely don't want to miss any future videos. And I will be putting some on the screen that I recommend you check out. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Do you like your scarf, Em?